Hey everyone, welcome back to TC24. On March 24, 1990, Tom Chambers scored a career-high 60 points against his former team, the Seattle Supersonics, becoming just the 14th player in NBA history to score 60 or more points in a game. This scoring feat was accomplished without making a single three-point shot or requiring an overtime period. Chambers' offensive arsenal was on full display, and he shot an incredible 22 for 32 from the field. And in honor of the 30th anniversary of this game, we bring you its complete original broadcast, including a rare post-game interview with Chambers following the game. So please enjoy this rare moment of greatness in NBA history.
George Allen, joined by Arsdale. 16 games left, counting tonight. 6 at home and 10 on the road as we wind down.
Well, it's a time of the year, George, where you hope you have your team healthy. The Suns are not in that position with the Hornacek on the bench and a very, Marley, other people hurting. Seattle, however, a team that's had injuries, and they're back just about to 100%, so it's going to be an interesting night to see if the Suns can pull this one out before they go on the road.
Tough road swing coming up starting Monday in Chicago. It'll include games in Milwaukee, Charlotte, New Jersey, and Philadelphia. What about the performance by Tim Perry last night? 22 points, 11 rebounds.
Kind of rose from the ashes, as we say here in Phoenix, and Tim Perry doesn't get a chance to play very often, but I think he earned more playing time last night. A great performance, 22 points, 11 rebounds, 8 of those were offensive.
And of course, Eddie Johnson, after a dismal effort in his previous 2 outings, came alive last night with 37.
Great night for him, and believe me, he is relieved. Now, he'd like to put another game behind that one because he doesn't feel like he's over his slump until he puts 2 together. So, Eddie's going to be very important tonight.
Kevin Johnson, a triple-double in last night's ball game.
Kevin didn't look to shoot the ball very much last night. The Suns were trying to go inside. However, he was very effective. I think he had 18 assists, did score in double figures, and Kevin just does what needs to be done.
For the Seattle Supersonics, they hold down the 8th and final playoff position as of right now. The X-Man, Xavier McDaniel, he poses problems for everybody.
I think he's a great forward. He runs well, he's a good shooter, very intense player, and Seattle overall is a very strong team on the inside.
And anytime you got to look for key scoring for Seattle, you can look to a guy who can light him up from anywhere on the court, Dailey Ellis.
Well, of course, Ellis has had some personal problems. He has missed quite a few games this year, but one of the great outside shooters, and they certainly do look for him.
So Seattle looking for a victory tonight. This opens a 3-game road swing for them. It includes stops in Los Angeles against the Lakers tomorrow night, and then the San Antonio Spurs. For the Suns, they're wrapping up the 6-game homestand. They'd like to head on the road with a victory. We're glad you're with us around the Valley. It'll be loud here tonight at the Coliseum. Dick and I will be back for starting lineups and the opening tip in just a moment. We go to the starting lineup now for the Seattle Supersonics. Xavier McDaniel, 22-point-per-game average. He's the 20th leading scorer in the NBA. Played his college ball at Wichita State. Derick McCoy, whose alma mater, Alabama, fell last night to Loyola Marymount in the NCAA playoffs. Michael Cage out of San Diego State, a season high, 20 rebounds in one game this year. A great board man. Dale Ellis at one guard position out of Tennessee. And at the other starting guard position, Nate McMillan played at North Carolina State. And that rounds out the starting 5. And of course the head coach, there he is, Bernie Bickerstaff, ably assisted by Casey Jones, Tom Newell, Gary Workman, and Bob Kloppenberg. Seattle 34 and 32 overall in the season coming in. They are 10 and 23 on the road. The Suns lead the overall series 73 to 51, and the Suns lead the series here in Phoenix in big fashion. They've won 49 of the 61 games that these 2 teams have played here at the Coliseum. Starting lineup for the Suns. Tom Chambers goes to the starting forward spot, a 27-point-per-game average on the season. Rambis goes at the other starting forward position. Kurt still taking treatment on that foot that has been injured and causing him some trouble. Mark West continues to rank among the top 10 of the league in block shots in the backcourt position. Starting at a guard position tonight, Kenny Battle, the product of Illinois, the rookie, who has put forward some excellent efforts off the bench for Johnson this year. And Kevin Johnson, the other guard, coming Rockets triple-double in last night's win over the Minnesota Timberwolves. There's Captain Fitzsimmons, assisted by Paul Westphal and Lionel Hollins. The Suns on the year 28-7 at home. The Suns are 17-14 on the road. So the fourth meeting of the year between these two teams, there's your set of officials. Paul Mahalik, Joe Forty, and Hank Armstrong. The men will call this ball game here tonight. And man, these teams will have one more meeting against each other before the season ends. That'll be later in April up in Seattle.
Always tough to win in Seattle. The Suns did do that earlier in the year, but Seattle has had its problems this year injury-wise, and they are just about back to full strength. Interesting, I think, that Cotton is going with Eddie Johnson off the bench again. He'd prefer to bring Eddie off the bench, and he has a stronger front line in there to match up with Seattle.
We mentioned Kurt Rambis' foot still causing him some problems, and with the horde of injuries that have come down upon the Suns, you hope nothing serious happens to Kurt.
Kurt probably will have problems the rest of his career, and he's accustomed to that. He knows how to treat his ankles, and I think the key thing is that you can't play Kurt Rambis 40 minutes a game. You've got to go 20 to 25 and get as much as you can out of him.
So we're set to go. The ball in the air, the tip control by Phoenix. It comes to Kenny Battle. The final game of the homestand is underway. The Suns currently 3-2 in the homestand. Chambers misfires. Rambis fighting with Cage. Who's going to come up with it? Out of bounds. Off of Seattle's Nate McMillan.
That's a great hustle of Kurt Rambis to keep that live. Immediately, Seattle double-teamed Kevin Johnson with the ball. They're going to try to make him give it up.
Of course, our telecast with San Antonio this week, at times, Kevin was about the only scorer on the floor, and San Antonio tried to do everything they could to keep him from scoring, and Kevin still had a big ball game. Look at the pressure. McDaniel putting on KJ outside. Kevin Johnson, Rambis with 7 on the shot clock. A double team on Chambers. Looking low. The battle with 3. Put it up. Misfired badly. West block, gets it back.
You can see that Seattle really came out to play defensively. It looks like it's going to be a real physical game.
Boy, they really pressured the Suns in that initial possession of the ball game. 2-0 Phoenix. We've played almost a minute here in the opening period. Another sellout that's becoming customary here in Phoenix. McDaniel with the fake, the shot, line drive, no good. And the Suns get the ball once again.
It's a pretty good defensive team the Suns have on the floor with Kenny Battle and Kurt Rambis out there. Not great scorers, but strong defensively.
McDaniel out on Chambers. Chambers spins away, put it up, and got it. Nice move. Chambers hits the deck.
That was a great move, but he paid the price because he hit the goal post, and he's not injured, thank goodness.
Good pass underneath by McMillan. But McKey unable to get it off. Dale Ellis, 3-point range, no. There's McKey with an offensive board. Sonics, who have had a rough time on the road this year, winning only 10 of 33 away from the home confines in Seattle. 4-0 Suns early. 6 on the shot clock. Suns playing good defense now. Double team outside. 2-1. McDaniel fires it up. Air ball. And the 24-second clock off. It did not hit the rim.
That's what I mean about the defensive team. The Suns played excellent defense that time. Seattle not able to get that shot off. Seattle, of course, they're trying to stay ahead of Golden State and Houston and keep a playoff spot.
Knocked out of bounds. McMillan swats the pass away. Yeah, this is the time of the year it's fun to start watching and concentrating as we get down to the final month of play. Teams still vying for playoff positions, and the Suns certainly one of them. Chambers from outside. 6-0 Phoenix.
It's a good start.
Chambers 2 field goals. Forecourt, we're going to get a quick timeout call by Seattle. 20, we'll keep it here. It's a 20-second timeout. We will keep it right here. A field goal by West and 2 by Chambers. I've given the Suns a 6-0 lead. And what we talked about earlier, Suns pretty well have dominated this series, and here in Phoenix, they've really handled the Sonics very well. Of course, Utah's another team that has had all kinds of problems winning in this building over the years.
Well, you have trouble most places, but yeah, the Suns lead here 49-12, and last year they won the series 4-1.
Knocked out of bounds. Of course, the game I don't think I'll ever forget played this building was the playoff game back in, what was it, 79? between the Suns and
I think it
Sonics?
was 79.
On Mother's Day here, when the Suns needed the victory to close out Seattle in the playoffs and advance to the finals. And the Sonics came from 11 down in the fourth quarter in that game to win, forced the seventh game up in Seattle, and won that one. And then won the NBA title. Deflected inside on the pass, tipped away, and it's saved. Battle again. It comes to KJ. Good hustle by the Suns early. Sonics yet to get on the board. We played almost 3 minutes of this ball game. KJ on a drive, kicking way outside.
Referees are really going to have to watch for that illegal defense on Seattle.
Chambers with another great spin move.
Chambers, of course, he loved to beat Seattle. That's his old team.
Nate McMillan comes back and draws the foul. So the Sonics down 8-0 early. And Mark West picks up his first personal foul.
Mark West is the protector of the basket. And he's not supposed to give up layups, so he didn't that time, but he committed the foul.
Nate McMillan at the line, second round pick of the Sonics back in '86 out of NC State. He's in his fourth year. And he had one time, in February of 1987, he had a game where he chalked up 25 assists. That's a Sonics record.
Bernie Bickerstaff, however, still looking for a good point guard for Seattle. Nate does an adequate job. Dana Barros, their top pick, is a small guard, but he's more of a shooting guard.
McMillan hits them both. McMillan coming off a 16-assist effort game on Thursday against Denver. McDaniel picks up a foul as he's checking Rambis too closely. So
not a smart foul by Xavier McDaniel.
Suns with the ball in a 6-point lead early in this one. Each team with one team foul now. KJ looking low. Chambers and McDaniel battling each other inside. KJ on a drive, kick to an open battle from the baseline. Kenny gets his own rebound. Won't go. Tip up West. Rambis has
that board work.
Suns battling in the crowd, loving it here in the early going. Chambers again, good fake, and he is hammered.
Kenny Battle did a great job on keeping that ball on him. He's got to be able to hit that short jumper, and I think that will come in time, but he was way up in the air.
Watch this effort again. Cage the foul. That's 3 times Chambers made a great spin move in the paint. And right there, Cage hammers it. So Chambers to shoot a pair.
Chambers is almost unstoppable. I rate him, George, all time in the NBA, right up at the top of the scoring forwards. The guy who's doing the game for Seattle tonight, Rick Barry, was tremendous, and Tom Chambers is I think, in the same category.
You almost feel as though anytime Chambers touches the ball, he can score. And when Tom Chambers scores 20 or 21 points in a ball game, you consider it an off game. You always look to him to give around the 30 points.
He played hurt 2 games ago and still had 36.
He's got 8 in the Suns' first 10. And the Suns up by 8 early. And the Suns applying excellent defense through the first 4 minutes of this ball game. Here's McDaniel on a drive across the paint to Ellis in the paint. Missed the shot. Tipped by Cage. He in battle. Piper and Rambis comes down with it. Suns on the run. KJ, dish battle, score!
This is exciting to watch how well they're playing.
Boy, the Suns look like they've been shot out of a cannon. Crowd on their feet. Timeout Sonics. Early going, and the Suns up to a 10-point lead. Seven minutes, 46 seconds left in the opening period. The Suns out quickly here in this one tonight against Seattle. This is Michael Cage to Nate McMillan. Derick McKey from the wing. Short rebound. KJ.
Had a great rebounding night against Minnesota last night.
Leads Chambers too far. Turnover Suns. Give it back to Seattle.
Oh, it almost looked like that ball was tipped.
Here comes Ellis on a drive. Knocked away by Battle.
You better protect the ball around Kenny Battle. He'll get it.
KJ from outside. Yes. 14-2 Suns. McMillan behind a Cage screen. Bounce to McDaniel. And the X-Man misfires. And West plays volleyball off the glass.
And the Suns are keeping Seattle on the outside. They really only have one great outside shooter, and that's Ellis. They may have to come in with Barros pretty soon.
KJ outside. West us back to KJ. We apologize. We are having some technical difficulties, and we ask you to please bear with us. Hope to have them fixed very soon. Turnover, Suns. Back comes the X-Man. Drive on Chambers, and he's fouled by Chambers.
You know, that was interesting. There's McDaniel driving against Chambers, and McDaniel has been quoted as saying that the Sonics were crazy for letting Tom Chambers go with it. He should still be in Seattle. I agree with him. I think he's right. They would like to have him back.
Probably the best signing the Suns ever made. Chambers, such a scoring machine, and all the things that he was knocked upon up in Seattle, at least the things you read about that he was knocked for, have never been in evidence since he's been here in Phoenix.
One other great signing, and they've had a few, was the sign when they traded Charlie Scott for Paul Westfall, was another assistant coach. That was a great move.
West jump hook, won't get the bounce. We hope our picture's a bit better for you viewers right now. McDaniel from the wing with a jumper. It won't go. West the rebound. Suns lead by 10. 6 minutes gone. Opening period. Rambis juggled the pass. This ball for travel.
Probably, I don't know, that was an opening there. Kurt couldn't quite handle it.
Suns will be leaving tomorrow morning about 10 o'clock in the morning. Then head on that road swing, which gets underway in the Windy City Monday in Chicago. They play Milwaukee on Tuesday, an off day next Wednesday. Then on to Charlotte, New Jersey, and Philadelphia to wrap up the swing next Sunday. Jumper by McDaniel finds the mark.
And Seattle's been very cold from the outside. You don't expect him to miss every shot from out there.
Seattle will travel to the Forum tomorrow night to meet the Lakers. They've also got to play San Antonio on Tuesday. Rambis with the shot. Give it to him.
Rambis can hit that open jump shot. You give him time to set up.
10-point Suns lead.
Come on, Kenny, don't let him catch.
Seattle coming off a win this past Thursday at home against the Denver Nuggets.
Right.
Cage from the top of the key. Long rebound to McKey. Derick McKey. McDaniel.
Left.
Rambis out on McKey. 15 on the shot clock. McKey's alone. Will he shoot it? No. Underneath to Ellis. Nice pass. Blocked by West.
Well, you can see that coming, couldn't you?
Here comes KJ. No-look battle. Put it up. Yes!
Kenny Battle is great going to the basket. He changes his body movement. He knows how to hang and still get the shot off.
Mark West triggered that break with a blocked shot. Suns by a dozen. McDaniel, little 13-footer, got it. He's got 6.
Kenny Battle, by the way, is doing a tremendous job on Dale Ellis, who has not scored yet.
McDaniel and Ellis both average 22 a game. Chambers in front of us. Illegal defense called against Seattle. One more will constitute the technical, of course.
Xavier McDaniel.
Illegal defense started number 34. Xavier.
Here we get Shawn Kemp into the ball game. So Kemp will check in for Derick McKey.
Evidently, Shawn Kemp has been playing well lately. A 20-year-old rookie and should have a bright future in the NBA.
Went to Trinity Community College in Texas. Chambers, tough shot.
The guy's a scoring machine.
Here's McDaniel, back the other way, rips the net.
He and Tom are exchanging hoops. Xavier McDaniel trying to keep Seattle in this ballgame.
McDaniel, one of only 2 players to win the scoring and rebounding title in the same year in college. Chambers the other way. Chambers has a dozen, McDaniel's got 8. Suns by a dozen. 3:40 left, opening period. Here's Ellis. Fires from the wing. Misfires. Rebound West. Did he step out of bounds? Yes. Tripped over Michael Cage. And his foot was on the out-of-bound line.
Mark West is doing his job. He already has 5 rebounds in the first quarter.
After tonight, the Sonics have 7 on the road and 8 at home to finish out the season. And after tonight again, the Suns will only 5 more home games this year and 10 on the road. but they played well on the road this year. McDaniel guarded by Chambers. Kemp runs into Rambis. Offensive foul, Shawn Kemp.
That's because of Rambis' footwork. He knew how to get over and draw that charge. You don't do that with your hands, you do that with your feet.
KJ dribbles right in front of our microphone. Trying to work around McMillan, bumped by McMillan, and that's the first on Nate. 13 foul on Seattle, the Suns have 2.
Nate McMillan's, I think, a good defensive player. I look at him as a player who probably should be coming off the bench as a stopper.
Sedale Threatt into the ball game for Ellis. Sedale Threatt, surprisingly this year, he's averaging 11.5 points per ball game.
He's a good offensive player.
He sure is.
Played well against Phoenix a couple times.
There's Chambers again. Hits another one.
He has the feel. That's 14 points for Chambers.
Boy, can he light it up.
I tell you, I wouldn't want to be guarding him when he's on like that. He can make you look real bad in a hurry.
The thing is, you can guard him well defensively, and he'll still score.
Yeah, you need help on Tom Chambers.
Perimeter passing goes to McDaniel. Chambers giving him some room. 6 on the shot clock. Cross court. McMillan with 3 on the shot clock. Great pass inside the cage, and West draws the foul. Second on Mark, and we'll get a timeout, Suns. 2:37 to go, first quarter, and Phoenix up by 14. Back at the Coliseum, and you see what the Suns have done off the glass early in this one. And they've really hammered Seattle on the boards. And that's what they're going to have to do against the Seattle front line. Landrew Lang is in the ballgame for Mark West. Mark has picked up 2 fouls in this first period.
An interesting stat on Seattle, you talk about the rebounding. They've only been out-rebounded 3 times in the last 26 games. Look at the field goal percentages there. The Suns doing extremely well.
Michael Cage hits the first one. Cage, who was traded to the Sonics from the Clippers for the draft rights to Gary Grant and a 1989 first-round pick. That trade took place in June of '88. Those are his first points of the ball game. Double team in the backcourt. People might forget Michael Cage led the NBA in rebounding one year. He's a great board man.
Very long arms.
2:25 left first period. Suns by 12. KJ on a drive is fouled. He can draw more fouls taken into the hole.
No team yet has figured out how to keep him from driving. Sedale Threatt trying to stop him here. Quick step, gets a little, and then Sedale reaches in. And Kevin is hammered by Nate McMillan. Who was that foul on?
Sedale Threatt.
Sedale Threatt, yeah, he did reach in.
The other night in our San Antonio game, if you remember our graphic at the end of the game, Kevin went to the free throw line, KJ, 18 times. San Antonio went to the line a total of 19 times in the game.
Well, I doubt if there's a player of Kevin's size in the NBA who's any stronger than he is.
He has the ability to just dominate the flow of play on the floor at times, Kevin Johnson. McMillan had it knocked away, but it came to Threatt. Now it's over to McDaniel. X-Man is bumped by Chambers and fouled by Chambers, and that's 2 on Tom. So West and Chambers with 2 fouls here in this first period.
Chambers, his second.
Going to see Eddie Johnson for the first time tonight.
Here comes EJ coming off that 37-point effort against the Wolves last night here at the Coliseum.
Eddie Johnson, EJ replaces
Chambers coming out with 14 points already. Suns and Sonics with 14 fouls each.
Now Rambis will move over to take the X-Man. Eddie Johnson's on Shawn Kemp.
2 minutes.
McDaniel with the ball on a drive, across the paint, throw it up, no. Rambis the rebound. Had his glasses scraped off by Shawn Kemp. Threatt will get them all cleared off now as he gets the board. Roy KJ with the ball. Here's Rambis on a drive. Dish it off, going away, but Battle gets it. And scores! And he's fouled. Shawn Kemp the foul. Give the bucket to Battle.
Kenny Battle went through about 3/4 of the season and didn't get much of an opportunity. with the injuries the Suns have had, he has had his opportunity, and I'll tell you, this guy is going to play a lot of basketball for the Suns. He's a lot like Tyrone Corbin. In fact, probably a little bit better defensively right now, not quite as good offensively.
You know, I'll say this, and I don't only mean it for Kenny Battle. Any ball player that has to be called upon when he hasn't seen a lot of playing time and he's kept himself ready emotionally to play in the game, you give him credit. Because it's not easy to sit on that bench for a majority of the season and suddenly be called upon and have to perform. Follow-up is missed on the dunk by Kemp. But Seattle maintains possession. Threatt misfires, another offensive board. McMillan feeds inside, and Kemp scores and is fouled. Well, boy, Seattle sure kept it alive on the glass that time.
Yes, they did. And Shawn Kemp is an exciting young player. He stayed with it. He missed the dunk shot. He wound up eventually getting the basket. Seattle was certainly determined there.
Shawn Kemp, free throw line. Cage is replaced in the lineup by Olden Polynice. Shawn Kemp at the line hits the free throw.
The thing about Kenny Battle now is he knows that he can play in the league. You go half a season as a rookie, you don't play very much, you don't really know.
Rambis lost the ball out of bounds. It is tough, though, when you don't get a lot of playing time and suddenly you know you're asked upon to respond. And when you can do it, you got to respect the guy who's kept himself ready like that all season. Because it's easy to get down on yourself when you're just not seeing a lot of
No, I
playing
can say
time.
all the Suns players have been that way. There has been little, if any, complaining.
Kemp goes away, and the sail went off of Eddie Johnson.
Looked like Kemp just threw it out of bounds.
Eddie can't believe it, as you can see.
Kemp used that little underhanded flip pass with his left hand and just threw it under Eddie's arm, and it went out of bounds.
Bounce it in, and Kemp is wrapped up by Eddie Johnson. Not much doubt about that foul. EJ's first.
I was telling Eddie, you got to wake up. Now, the main thing on Shawn Kemp is he just got to keep himself between Kemp and the basket, because Kemp will overpower Eddie.
I'll tell you, he is a horse, Shawn Kemp. Going to the line. Kemp was under a lot of pressure as far as going to college. Everybody figured he was going to go to Kentucky. And he said he just wanted some time to think things over, so he got away to Trinity Community College. As you see McDaniel sitting down and Ellis coming back in. And finally he made himself eligible for the draft.
He's a very serious young man, and he wants to play badly.
29-17 Suns. Pressure in the backcourt by Seattle. Rambis looking like a guard dribbling into the forecourt. Eddie Johnson. Pull up. Here's the jumper outside. In and out. Tipped in the air. Rebound McMillan. Back on the Sonics. 25 seconds to go in the period. Dish to Ellis. Underneath. Put it up. Foul. Ellis will shoot a pair. Andrew Lang gets his second foul. Lang, West, and Chambers all with 2 apiece in this opening period. Ellis will shoot a pair. Suns lead by 12.
Things going on a little bit better for Seattle now. The Suns don't have their starting unit there, and they're really trying to keep Kevin Johnson out of the action. Full court now to double team him.
That's Ellis' first point of the game. Greg Grant replaces Kenny Battle, who poured in 7 points, but it's not so much the points, it's what he did off the glass and defensively that has inspired this ball club. Dana Barros, here's the rookie Van was talking about, in for McMillan. Barros, who came out of Boston College, he's the all-time scoring leader at BC. You're going to look at Dale Ellis.
Barros is the first-round draft choice. He's averaging, playing 21 minutes a game and in double figures.
Averaging about 10 and a half a game. Almost threw it away. Grant's got it. BJ's pass deflected, stolen by Barros. Ahead to Ellis. 7 on the shot clock. Barros, three-pointer. Got it!
Sun's not playing now. Eddie's got to be more alert on those passes.
There's the horn. End of 1 here at the Coliseum. The Sonics have come back. The Suns 29, Sonics 22. Phoenix Suns basketball on ESPN Prime Ticket. Our next telecast, when the Suns get back off this road swing, will be April 3rd, 7:30. The Dallas Mavericks come into Phoenix to take on the Suns. Matter of fact, after tonight, we've got 4 more games for you for the rest of the year. That game with Dallas. Then April 6th, the Lakers come into Phoenix. We'll have that game for you. Then we'll travel to Golden State on the 16th of April for a game with the Warriors and wrap up our season court on April 18th against Portland here at the Coliseum. So those are the remaining games on ESPN Prime Ticket. Then the second season will begin. And of course the Suns still battling for a home court advantage in the first round. And that's why this upcoming road trip is going to be so vital starting Monday. Suns lightened it up in the field in Seattle. Despite that figure, still only 7 down at the end of the quarter. And the Suns let them get right back in it in the last minute and a half or so.
Seattle picked it up at the end of the quarter, put a lot more pressure on defensively.
Start the second period. Sedale Threatt with the ball. Gives it to Ellis. Tries to pass inside. Lang deflected it away. It's going to be Suns ball. Eddie Johnson picked it up. Mahalik was looking at Joe.
Okay, it's Seattle's ball. Eddie was late picking that ball up. He should have gotten it. That was the Suns' ball to get.
Bickerstaff, smile on his face as he sits down. Sonics inbound. Final game of the homestand. Outside, Threatt arches the jumper, won't get the bounce, and Andrew Lang above the crowd and is fouled in the backcourt. Olden Polynice the foul.
Yeah, Andrew going to have to be careful. It's a good rebound, but he didn't protect it very well. And Seattle's doing a lot of reaching and grabbing. Polynice will do that.
You think the Sonics wish they'd have kept that original pick of Scottie Pippen instead of trading it for Polynice?
I kind of think they might have. Pippen's a great player.
Sure is. Grand double team. The Chambers back in from the wing. Boy, is he hot tonight.
Yeah, he's now 7 of 8 from the field.
He's got those 2 fouls he picked up in the first quarter, but he's also got 16 points. Here's Barros on a drive. Put it up. Tough shot. No. DJ clears Chambers. Here come the Suns. Ellis is back. Go drive. Chambers lost possession.
They didn't handle that break very well, and then Tom couldn't handle it.
Back on the Sonics, down by 9. Three-pointer, Ellis, short. But a long rebound comes to Threatt. Van pointed out, Seattle's out-rebounded their opponents 23 of the last 26 games.
They keep having big people they can keep bringing in and rotating.
7 on the shot clock. Barros outside. Working on KJ. Threatt with 2 won't go. DJ had it knocked away by Kemp. Suns ball. Greg Grant, four-court, Division III Player of the Year last year. At Clemson State. Here's Chambers. Counted, and he's fouled by Barros.
He wants the ball, and he's going to shoot it now because he knows when it's going in.
He is on a roll. Kemp out, McKey in. There you see Ricky Bland in the middle, Hornacek right of your screen, and Dan Marley left of your screen. The injured Suns on the bench. Marley won't be back till after the road trip's over.
Jeff Hornacek was out shooting before the ball.
Yeah, that's good news.
He said he felt great. He wants to come back, try to come back around April 9th, and we'll just have to wait and see. But he's doing extremely well.
He really is. I almost wish to myself they'd keep him out for the full length of time and make sure he's totally healthy come playoff time. And of course, he'll need some work before the playoffs. Threatt is hammered going in. I mean, Andrew Lang said, "You're not coming this way." That's 3 on Andrew. Watch it again.
This is when a guard allows a player to get around him, it puts a lot of pressure on the front line, and Andrew Lang's helping out. Now he's in foul trouble.
He's got 3. Threatt is at the line. Hits the first one. Here comes Mark West back in the ball game. And Andrew Lang goes out. Sedale Threatt shooting the free throw. He is a 6th-round draft pick. The Sixers took on 83. Came out of little West Virginia Tech. Then he was traded to the Bulls in 86 and traded to Seattle in February of 88. Missed that one. So he's 1 for 2 from the line. Back come the Suns with an 11-point lead. Chambers drives on McKey, leans in, throw it up, no. Looking to get his own rebound and score!
I thought he was fouled on the drive, but he got the rebound.
I think he felt he was too. 21 for Chambers. Derick McKey. Suns double team. Ripping inside, knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by Polynice. Good pressure by the Suns.
But a double teamed on McKey. McKey doesn't look for a shot very much.
And now the Suns throw it away. And boy, Cotton is not happy. You see him there.
He's on Greg Grant. Those little guards have got to come back and get the ball. That really is Mark West's fault.
So Seattle will throw it in. Suns with West, Chambers, and EJ on the floor, along with KJ and Grant. And now McMillan's coming in for Sedale 3. McDaniel coming in the ball game, replacing Ellis.
Ellis still, he has 2 free throws, but 0 of 5 from the field.
Well, I can remember a time when you wouldn't sit him down for more than about 3 minutes a ball game. Nice fake, drive by McKey, went up for the jam and drew the foul. Barros on Mark West, and now Lang and West with 3 apiece. Watch it again, Rambis is coming back in.
Good thing the Suns have both West and Lang.
12 fouls to give.
I think that was a good call.
Derick McKey out of Alabama.
Now the Suns are going to have to operate really without a center. West and Lang both on the bench, and Rambis is going to fill in for a while.
So it'll be Rambis and Chambers.
This will be difficult for the Suns.
Up front with EJ. Derick McKey, the 9th overall pick in the 87 draft when he came out of Alabama. He gets 1 of 2. Derick McKey, a member of the NBA All-Rookie team when he came into the league. Greg Grant, pressure, double team. Gets rid of it, almost threw it away. He does.
It's out of control.
Suns by 12. Back come the Sonics. Suns have won 2 of the 3 meetings this year. Barros goes right through everybody and scores. Nice drive by the rookie guard. And again, Seattle pressuring. KJ breaking it down the middle. To a wing to EJ. Won't go. Air ball.
Seattle should not be able to press the Suns with Grant and KJ in there at the same time.
It's a 10-point Phoenix lead.
Eddie's shot was not even close.
8.5 to go till halftime. Interesting, we'll have Pete Vesey, writer for the New York Post, to visit with Van at halftime. Stay with us. Missed the jam! McKey follows, scores, and is fouled. Rambis gets his first foul after a missed slam dunk. McKey follows and scores. Watch it here. There's the miss by Polynice, but it comes right to McKey. And now they're starting to hit the boards a lot harder.
Naturally, they're going to try to do that now. The Suns don't have that size in there.
Here's Tim Perry, who had a big game last night, replacing EJ.
They didn't block out. And, well, when you're a small team in there against Seattle, you better stick your tail into someone.
Derick McKey, who played for the U.S. team that won the World Championship gold medal back in '86. Suns throw it away. In and out by Barros. And a foul underneath. Boy.
Got lucky there.
Suns not taking very good care of the basketball. Polynice gets his second.
Kurt Rambis trying to do a little coaching on the floor.
Suns will throw the ball in. Sonics have cut the Suns' lead to 7. And they still continue to apply that pressure. Chambers, who can really put it on the floor for a big guy, is fouled outside. Fouls on Xavier McDaniel, his second. Next foul by Seattle put them over the limit. Rambis inbounds to our right. Suns will be in Chicago Monday to face Jordan and company. KJ to Chambers, he's been hot. Boy, oh boy, is he on fire.
I think I'd put a player on him and say, don't do anything else but watch Tom Chambers.
23 for Chambers. Here's McMillan. Nice move. Blocked by Chambers. Rambis fights for it, gets the ball. There comes Greg Grant. Ahead to Chambers. Chambers across the paint with a fake. Lean in. Throw it up and in. Oh, what a move.
He's unconscious.
25 for Chambers. Well, remember the game he had at Golden State this year.
set the team record, an opposition record against Golden State.
Nice passing, count the bucket! Excellent passing by Seattle. Polynice got the foul. Polynice the basket. And the foul on Tim Berry.
It's a very quick-paced game. Tim, even with his quickness, was late here.
First 2 points of the game for Polynice. Barros out, 3 in for Seattle. Polynice, the 8th overall pick in the draft in '87. That's when the Bulls took him and made the deal with the Sonics for Scottie Pippen. Pippen going to Chicago, the rest is history.
As I said, every team makes mistakes. That was a mistake.
Polynice is in his 3rd year in the league. Came out of Virginia. Good program run by Terry Holland. KJ been very quiet tonight, only 4 points.
They only 1 field goal attempt.
Chambers, yes!
12 out of 14 from the field.
Oh, what a night for Chambers. He himself is only 4 points behind Seattle. McMillan, offensive foul. He swung the elbow. Trying to clear it out.
That's a call that almost always be made. It looked like McMillan hooked him. That's an offensive foul.
Well, the newest Sonic, Steve Johnson coming in. We're going to get a timeout. 6:48 to go until halftime. And the Suns lead the Sonics by 10. 6:48 to go until halftime. And Tom Chambers, 27 points. Look what he's done from the field. Missed only 2 shots. So Chambers already at his season average. Suns will inbound. Rambis, Perry, Grant, KJ, and Chambers on the floor for the Suns. Steve Johnson is in there now for the Sonics. Mckey is now over on Chambers. And Hank Armstrong spots an infraction, illegal defense.
Steve Johnson, that's
and
number 2.
Second, so it's Suns will shoot a free throw.
It's the second technical foul.
So here's Tom Chambers. Chambers, of course, who had that great collegiate career at Utah.
And the Suns retain possession.
28 now for Chambers. And he spread them out equally. He had 14 in the first period. He scored 14 now in the second period. Still have 6.5 minutes to go in this quarter. Suns lead by 11.
They cleared the side, and Chambers now being guarded by 3.
Turn, shoots, he missed on a double team.
Tried to take advantage of the size mismatch there.
McMillan outside. Trying to get it low to Steve Johnson. And a foul called on Rambis, and that's his second. Mark West and Andrew Lang,
That was
a free foul.
Illegal defense.
So the illegal defense. Here's Threatt, and a blocking foul that time is on Rambis.
That's awfully good defense right there.
So Rambis gets a second foul. The Suns are over the limit. The next Sonics foul will put them over the limit. So another sellout crowd. I believe this is the 21st sellout of the year.
21st and 13th in a row.
Threatt looking for his 3rd point of the ball game. In his 7th year. He had a good game against Denver Thursday. He had 19 points in that game. Rick Grant, look at him drive. Here's Chambers, got it.
Beautiful play by Greg Grant to penetrate and get the assist to Tom Chambers.
Boy, he was beating a tattoo on that floor.
And Nate McMillan rode him all the way up the court.
Here's Johnson, tipped away. Who's going to get it? Suns. Here comes Grant. Over to Chambers. Oh, Chambers with Grant Quintin. 32. Timeout. Suns. This crowd is roaring. 5:26 to go in the half, and the Suns by 13. Unbelievable. Chambers off this break, led by Greg Grant on the dish. And Chambers, Suns running on Seattle whenever they can, and Chambers has almost outscored Seattle alone here in this first half. McKey checked off by Chambers. McDaniel on a drive and a tough shot.
Strong move. That ball was deflected, and he has the great power to continue.
Tom Chambers is 2 points away from KJ's Coliseum record for points and a half, which is 34. KJ did it last March 17th. Chambers has 32 in this half. Rambis from 20, yes!
Rambis has hit 2 outside jumpers. The only shots he's taken.
13-point Suns lead. Here comes Nate McMillan. Almost walked.
Nearly walked.
Sedale Threatt, who rattles it home.
Threatt seems to always play well against Phoenix.
5 points all of this period off the bench. Here comes Greg Grant. Down the middle is tied up, but it's off of Greg out of bounds. Seattle will throw it. Dale Ellis is back in for the Sonics. He'll replace Steve Johnson. Suns lead by 11. Threatt and Ellis, along with McDaniel, McMillan, and McKey for Seattle. KJ and Grant, Rambis, Chambers, and Perry for the Suns.
It's unusual. The Suns normally would be up by more than this. Seattle has taken 12 more free throw attempts this first half of the Suns.
McKey with a fake, and he lost it out of bounds.
He just slipped.
Man, nice step to get by.
Nice move to the basket.
Remember, we had our initial graphic on rebounds, and the Suns had 12 boards to Seattle's 3. But then the Sonics went to work on the glass. Chambers misfires. 3:40 left to go till halftime. Steal, Grant. Grant to Perry, who is fouled by McKey.
Nice job by Greg Grant. That time he wisely pulled up and didn't try to beat his man to the basket. Dished it off to Tim Perry, who wanted to dunk that ball.
I'll tell you, Greg Grant gets going. And boy, I'll tell you, you got to put the reins on him sometime. He is like a jet.
Pound for pound, there's not a tougher little guy in the NBA. For him to be able to make a team at all was almost a miracle.
And he had a tremendous summer league. He was the runner-up to David Robinson for the MVP in the summer league prior to the start of the season. Tim Perry, who had his 22.11 rebound effort last night. One more coming for Tim, who averages almost 5 points a game this year. Makes 1 of 2.
I'll tell you, Tom Chambers in the second half is going to need some help. He scored 32 of the Suns' 50 points.
Kevin Johnson has only 1 field goal tonight. 4 points is all he has in the game, and he has yet to score in this second period. Ellis come out to 3. 6 on the shot clock. McDaniel on a drive. 2 on the shot clock. Tough shot. Won't get the bounce. Perry the rebound. Clear to Grant. Suns want to run. Greg Grant down the middle is fouled. Boy, he's something else.
Isn't he fun to watch? I don't think. I think fans of Phoenix have to realize that we see them all, George. They're as much fun to watch as any team in the league.
That is Dana Barros' second foul. Greg Grant was not about to stop on that drive.
Has a lot of nicknames, you know. Waterbug, Go-Go Grant. Some guys call him Fish. I don't know why. He's just the kind of kid you're not naturally going to give a lot of nicknames to.
He makes 1 of 2 and gives the Suns a 13-point lead. Suns led by 7 at the end of the first period. Offensive foul. Dana Barros, his third,
his third.
Michael Cage comes in for Derick McCoy.
Bernie keeps rotating those players.
McKee only 4 points tonight. He averages about 16.5 on the year. He's been pretty quiet this evening. 2:45 left till halftime. We'll have a special feature on Dale Ellis and a visit with Pete Bessie, columnist for the New York Post. Here comes Rambis with a dish to Perry.
Beautiful dish, and Tim Perry was ready for it.
Suns by 15. This is their biggest lead of the game. McDaniel and Rambis battling inside, and Dale Ellis burns it in from outside.
That's Dale Ellis' first
field goal, right? Suns lead. They led all the way in this one.
That's amazing. The Suns are shooting 63% from the field, and Seattle 33.
And the Sonics still only 13 down.
That's right.
Chambers hits another one.
Well, that ties the Coliseum record, 34 points and a half.
34 for Chambers. He ties KJ's Coliseum record. KJ did it against Portland last year, I believe. McDaniel offensive foul.
Rambis is doing a masterful job on McDaniel. He got hit in the face before that foul.
If you watch Kurt Rambis, he'll show you the term experience and what it means. He just knows how to play defense, how to position himself. Chambers. No good. Boy, Tom, you feel like he can put it up every time he touches it now.
That's right.
Three-pointer from Ellis. Rambis the rebound. Minute 25 left. Suns by 15, foul. Barros, he's got 4.
He's reaching. You reach defensively, you're going to foul.
Shawn Kemp into the lineup for the Sonics.
Shawn Kemp.
Xavier McDaniel will go out.
Into the Supersonics lineup replaces number 34, Xavier McDaniel.
McDaniel with a pleasant word from Paul Mahalik as he leaves the court.
Hoping for better things in the second half.
Nate McMillan comes in. Barros going to have to sit down with 4 fouls.
Seattle is deep, I tell you. You can't depend upon wearing them out because they just have a lot of players they can bring off the bench.
This is a team that knocked off the Houston Rockets in the playoffs last year.
And then they turned around and did what the Suns did. They lost 4 games to the Lakers.
Suns by 17. Our next telecast, April 3rd, here against Dallas. Suns start a big road swing on Monday, 5 games before they get back home. Here's Ellis. Throws it up. No good. Rebound Cage. Put it up. No. Rebound Perry fights. Was out of bounds off Tim Perry. I really thought Dale Ellis got away with an offensive foul at the other end. He threw the elbow as he went up for the shot.
He did. Tim Perry maintained great position. Ellis, I thought, threw that elbow, was a little bit frustrated.
Sonics ball, 56 seconds to go till the end of the half, and a foul called on Perry. Trying to check Dale Ellis, checked him a little too closely. Tim's second.
I really think this is one of the better defensive efforts of the Suns this year. They've given up 40 points here in the first half to a very good basketball team.
Kenny Battle's going to be in at the next break after this free throw by Dale Ellis. Ellis in his 7th season. Hits the free throw. That's only 5 points for Dale Ellis. Battle in for Tim Perry. Battle back in. Battle at 7 points the first quarter. Dale Ellis named the NBA Most Improved Player 3 years ago in 1987.
Kevin Johnson is still only taking 1 shot. I think he's going to have to open up in the second half. Cotton will expect more from him offensively.
Grant. Chambers, 41 seconds to go in the half. He's got the baseline and he's foul going in. Foul is on Shawn Kemp. That's his 3rd.
Tough job for Shawn Kemp as a 20-year-old rookie to try to contain Tom Chambers.
Look at it again.
For beating with his first step.
Boy, it amazes me how they give the baseline so often. I often think if I was a defender, I'd sure make him go to the outside and come across the
paint. The thing about Chambers, though, George, is he goes to his left so well, you pretty much have to play him straight up
Everybody's got a board.
and he'd prefer to go to the left.
Well, he's got the Coliseum record now, Chambers, looking for his 36th point. Rolls it off. Seattle's got it, 36 seconds to go till the end of the half. Suns by 16. Stay with us, Dale Ellis feature, and a visit with columnist Pete Vesey of the New York Post at halftime. Ellis, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, it'll still be Seattle ball. Here comes Perry right back in. And Tom Chambers will go out.
Good move by Cotton. Brings Perry into this last possession defensively and gives Tom a little extra rest.
35 points. Seattle will have it now. Differential of the shot clock and the game clock of about a tenth of a second. KJ on 3. Threatt with the jumper in the paint. Got it.
Threatt's an excellent one-on-one player.
6.7 seconds to go. Till halftime. Pressure Seattle. Rambis gets it into Battle, who lost it, but Rambis gets it back to Kenny. 2, 1. Battle fires. Won't go. End of the half. Suns 58. Sonics 44. Stay with us for halftime up next. Halftime here at the Coliseum in Phoenix. The Suns with a 14-point edge, 58-44. The big story, Tom Chambers, a Coliseum record, 35 points in the first half. And I guess if you're a Suns fan, you got to feel good about things. Not only that they're up by 14. Chambers, yes, he's had a big first half, but KJ, it seems like hadn't even started to play yet.
KJ took only one shot in the first half. Tom Chambers is going to be a little tired in the second half, I think. I don't know, he's such an amazing player, but Cotton's going to look for more offense out of the rest of the players. I'm amazed that Seattle's within 14 points because I think the Suns just played great in the first half.
They sure did. They shot the lights out. As Van gave you the stat, over 60% with only about a minute to go in the first half. For Seattle, Dale Ellis has not been effective in the first half. McDaniel had an 8-point first quarter, but he cooled off as the game went on.
Well, he really did, but the start of the game was the most impressive to me, especially the defensive work of Kurt Rambis and Kenny Battle. And when they get things going, I mean, they create so much havoc, it really helped the offensive game.
Cotton also brought in Greg Grant in the second period, and although Greg does get out of control a little bit, he does make things happen, and he made some good things happen in the first half.
Yeah, he really did. Greg has become a more intelligent player since he realized that he couldn't challenge the big people all the time. He's a good passer, he's tough to contain, and he wants to push it up, and that's what Cotton likes for him to do.
Well, the Suns hoping to close out this homestand with a win tonight. We still have 24 minutes of basketball to play. Suns on top right now by 14. Stay with us now. We'll have a special feature on the scoring machine from Seattle, Dale Ellis, and also stay with us following that as Van will come back and visit with Pete Vesey, the columnist of the New York Post. All of that on our halftime show.
The rebound is off, and here comes Kevin Williams. Cross-court pass to Ellis. Ellis drives around Kareem. Underneath, reverse. Oh, what a reverse layup.
Ellis with a fling from 3. And he has hit 5.
Pass now. There's Ellis. Ellis fires from 3.
When you're a high-scoring college superstar with a stylish pro game and a celebrated NBA first-round pick, you might expect instant stardom. But for Dale Ellis, reality was a seat at the end of the bench.
It's very difficult, yeah. As a college All-American, you think that you're going to go into a situation, professional team, and turn it around. You're going to be the star of the team because you've been the star all your life. I was playing behind 2 All-Americans, Rolando Blackman and Mark Aguirre. So I had to understand that playing time wasn't going to be there. I just happened to be the odd man out.
Shipped to the Sonics, Ellis quickly became the man in Seattle as he improved his scoring average by a league record 18 points. And revenge would cap this storybook season. Seattle had engineered the playoff upset, and the Mavs, a team built on draft choices, were haunted by the one that had gotten away.
Which gave me an opportunity. Asked me if I thought I could get the job done. And I said, yeah, that's where I want to play. And he brought me along slowly and schooled me. And he was very patient and he taught me a lot. And still for this point in my career, it's still a learning process for me.
Well, I'll tell you, whether it's June, July, May, August, September, it doesn't matter. He plays basketball, he gets after it. I don't think I pat him on the tail enough or pat him on the back. And I think I've got to do a better job of doing that, because those guys are the guys that you win with.
Dale Ellis is our superstar. He's our leader. And on many nights, we go as he goes. And that's been the biggest pleasure for me this year, is getting that ball off the glass for a guy like Dale, knowing that when he goes back down there on the other end of the floor, 9 times out of 10, he's going to do something with that ball. They're going to be taking it out of the bottom of the net.
I've been successful simply because I'm playing within a system that works around the two guard and allows me to have a lot of freedom offensively, and we do an excellent job of executing our offense. You guys do a good job of getting me the ball.
But the Sonics guard is a creator who is perennially among the top scorers in the NBA. In Seattle, he has a loyal following and may have finally found a home.
I feel secure in being in Seattle is where I wanted to be. With the new team, with the talent we have, I feel that we have the abilities to win a championship, and it's something I wanted to be a part of.
My guest tonight is a fellow recognizable around the country, Peter Vesey with the New York Post. And Peter, first of all, since I'm an identical twin, I know your brother George is a writer for the New York Times. Do you guys get along?
Yeah, we get along. We don't see each other. That's why we get along. We didn't get along when we were in the house together.
Well, I read his book. I thought I was buying yours, but it was a good book anyway. Listen, the first thing I got to ask you is you cover basketball, you love the game, but what about Tom Chambers tonight? Have you seen a better performance this year?
You know, it looks so easy to him. That's the attitude he has out there. The game's too easy for him. I think the commissioner ought to make him play with the Nets next year. I'll see how easy the game is for him then.
I know you cover the Knicks. Tonight they lost to the Celtics, and Ewing had 51. What's the story with the Knicks?
Well, that's why I'm out here. I wanted to get away from them. You know, I think it started at the beginning of the season when they really didn't accept the system. And it's been a one-man team the whole year. You know, they were used to that Patino system, which protected a lot of the players. You know, Jackson, his defensive deficiencies are now so evident. Wilkins and Newman never really got into the swing of things this year. Now Kiki's back. The players don't really like him shooting that much. Oakley was told not to shoot about 2 weeks ago. Now he's out for probably the whole year. He's out for 8 weeks. Their season should be over by that time. I don't think they can be a one-man team and get away with it.
You hear a lot of talk about the East versus the West, and perhaps the power has shifted to the West. Do you believe that?
Yeah, it has shifted this year. I mean, there are 5 teams in the West that can win the title, I believe, and maybe only 1 in the East, Detroit. Although Philly is really coming on, Dick, really coming on.
Yeah, I was impressed by Philadelphia, too. I consider you to be a basketball addict. Now, last year you came out here and played with Westfall Hollins. This year, well, you know, you're not playing. You're hiding from us.
No, I hurt my back. I think I can take on your son, maybe. How old is he now?
He's 17. I'm not.
No, I can't take him on either. I'll be back next year.
Next year, we always look forward to having you out here.
Thanks.
Tonight would be a great night to be in Indianapolis. I don't know if you know this. There are 40,000 people in the Hoosier Dome to watch the state finals. Basketball in general seems to be on an all-time high.
Coming from an Indiana guy, right?
I love it, but I'd like to be there. But what is about basketball? It seems like it's so much more popular than it was 10 years ago. Can that continue?
Yeah, I think it can. I think this year, the last 2 years has been hurt in the NBA as far as expansion. I think that might catch up with the NBA for a few years, and then you got to get some new life into the league. You know, once Bird and Magic are out of this league, I think we're going to really see, you know, if the popularity is for real. But I think right now, I think it's at its zenith right now.
Well, we've got David Robinson coming along too. Is not too bad.
No, probably. I think, hey, that team, everybody in that team can have a bad game and they still win. But he never has the bad game. I mean, he's right there with Ewing and Akeem, maybe even better.
You seem to be on the inside always. You're the information guy. Who do you think's going to, first of all, the NBA title? Who's going to win the NCAA tournament?
I like Detroit, and I like UNLV.
Peter,
people aren't going to like Tarkanian after they knock off Viola, right?
I don't disagree with you there. Are we going back to George? George, it's back to you. Peter Vesey of the New York Post, thanks a lot for being my guest. Now back to you.
All right, Dick. We'll have more on our halftime show. The Suns lead it here at the half, 58-44. We'll be back in just a moment. Halftime score here at the Coliseum, 58-44. The Suns on top. Suns led at the end of the quarter, 29-22, and have built it now to a 14-point halftime lead. For the Seattle Supersonics, their leading scorer coming in, Xavier McDaniel. And McDaniel got off to a good start in the first period when he poured in 8 points in the first quarter. But the Suns held him to only 2 points in the second period. So McDaniel, the leading scorer with 10. Then comes Sedale Threatt, who came off the bench to throw in his 7 points all in the second period. And Ellis, showing only 6 points to his credit tonight. But the story of this first half has been the performance of Tom Chambers of the Suns. He has set a new Coliseum record for points and a half, previously held by Kevin Johnson, who set the mark in March of '89. And Chambers in this first half has thrown in 35 points. He's hit 15 of 20 from the field, 5 of 6 from the line. Kenny Battle's 7 points all came in the first period when he played exceptionally well. Then you look at Kevin Johnson, who has only 4 points to show for his efforts tonight. And you got to figure if he comes alive in the second half, Seattle's going to be in a lot of trouble. But the Suns doing the job tonight.
They sure are, and very convincingly, I might add. Seattle really in it too. They have been to the free throw line a lot more than the Suns.
So we start the second half. Our thanks to Pete Bessie for stopping by. Boy, he's always fun to visit with.
Pete will let you know exactly what he thinks. I enjoy talking with him.
Derick McKey is short in the corner, and Rambis gives to KJ. Watch KJ in the second half. Here he comes, put it up, no! Tipped around, it comes to McDaniel.
He sure had that one, just came up a little short.
McMillan in front of us, gives to McKey. Chambers giving him room on the wing, so he comes out top. Around the perimeter in the corner to Xavier McDaniel. The X-Man through the paint, throws up a tough shot and won't get the roll. But Michael Cage does what he does best, and he's hurt. He got popped in the eye. 22nd timeout. Michael Cage walking right in front of us now, holding that eye, as he did indeed get popped in the eye. Get another look at this one underneath. Cage, excellent rebounder. And right there,
Tom Chambers,
right,
open fist slapped him in the eye. Looks like he might have lost his contact. He's okay.
So there you see Michael Cage. We want to remind you, stay with us after our telecast tonight here with the Suns, because we're going to go right out to the Great Western Forum and join the LA Kings and the St. Louis Blues. We'll join that game in progress approximately 10 o'clock, and then the Winnipeg Jets and the Kings skate at the Great Western Forum March 27th. By the way, that game with the Blues tonight, Brett Hull having a great year. Ellis scores his 8th point of the ball game, and it's a violation of the Suns. West stepped in, hit off the out-of-bounds line, and so Seattle's going to get it back. And McMillan will trigger it in. Here's Ellis in the corner. McDaniel.
So the Sonics score the first 4 points of the second half.
Back to a 10-point lead. KJ double-teamed and pressure to Rambis. And he's hammered. McMillan tried to break through and gets his 3rd foul. Tell you what, we watched a lot of Suns basketball this year. I can't remember a game where Kevin Johnson has been rendered as ineffective as he's been tonight.
You know, the last game against Minnesota, he didn't look for a shot. I think he had 6 shots for the game last night.
Very unusual.
Unusual, yeah.
KJ goes to Chambers. Working around in the paint. Battle, what they call. Foul going to be called. And it's on Cage.
Great hands by Battle because the pass was way behind him. Most players couldn't have handled that one.
KJ with the ball, 10:22 to go, 3rd quarter. Chambers score another one.
Chambers, up KJ.
37 for Chambers. McDaniel will try again. Long rebound of McKey.
Not a lot you can do about those long rebounds. It's the matter of where the ball goes. He didn't have to move.
Here comes Ellis into traffic. Stripped away. He wanted a foul, didn't get it. Back comes KJ. Dump it inside. KJ got caught in midair, really didn't know what to do. Still be Suns ball.
Suns got a break there.
Bernie Bickerstaff hoping to talk to Nate McMillan. Rambis to trigger it in. Chambers across the paint is hammered. And Xavier McDaniel gets his 4th foul.
Some of the Sonics now beginning to get into foul trouble early in the 3rd quarter.
Chambers picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter, but he has not had one since then.
He's one of those players, when he does have a little foul problem, he knows how to stay out of foul trouble after that.
Chambers looking for his 38th, and he's got it. Xavier McDaniel, a prolific scorer for Seattle, but boy, when you put him on Chambers defensively, he can start getting into foul trouble, which he has tonight, and it just renders him ineffective as far as scoring is concerned.
When you have to play Chambers too, it eventually takes away from your game offensively.
Absolutely. Threatt's going to be back in for the Sonics at the next break. Here comes McKee. Nice drive, missed the shot.
Mark West made him change that shot.
West outlets the KJ. Suns by 14. Remember, Seattle's won only 12 of 61 previous games here in this building. Every time Chambers touches the ball now, they call a foul on McDaniel, and you might have seen Tom Chambers throw the elbow there. That's 5 on McDaniel. He's got to sit out.
What happened here, I think Chambers did throw that arm out, but the foul was committed before that.
Right.
And that's a big blow to Seattle. That puts McDaniel with 5. He's back on the bench.
So the Suns inbound. Sedale Threatt into the ball game. Knocked away from KJ, and now we got a foul called on KJ. Boy, he just does not look like himself tonight.
Keep working, fellas. Keep working.
And the Sonics
keep working, but you know, it's tough sometimes when they're concentrating on you. It makes your job that much more difficult.
And the Sonics have really put pressure on KJ tonight. Lob underneath, tip up and in by McKee. That lob pass almost went in.
That very nearly could have been offensive basket interference.
Eddie Johnson taking off the sweats. KJ guarded by Threatt. Lob it into West, and West put it up and in. He used strength.
KJ
all the way from
KJ likes to get the ball to Mark West to keep him happy offensively.
Here's Threatt on a drive. Checked off. He comes out top to McMillan. He fishes the cage, loses to Ellis, who throws it away. Kenny battle up the floor.
Both teams had 10 turnovers in the first half.
Rambis holding on, bouncing low, and McMillan trying for the steal, gets his 4th foul. Eddie Johnson's coming in, and Rambis is going to go out.
Seattle's the type of team, George, they're really not subtle about their fouling. Some of that might be attributed to the fact that Casey Jones is the assistant coach. He was a very physical player.
Was that Mr. and Mrs. Gorilla? Kenny Battle, free throw line, product of Illinois.
I had a friend in from Indiana for a game a couple of days ago. He said, is the Gorilla male or female? He said, it kind of looks like one of my old girlfriends.
Battle's in and out. He's got 8 points on the ball game, and the Suns lead is 15. We've played 4 minutes of this third quarter. Dale Ellis been very quiet tonight. Derick McKee pulls up with the jumper and hits it.
I don't know why McKee doesn't shoot more.
I don't either.
I really don't.
Good ball player.
Yeah, excellent ball player. Has taken 7 shots, and he's a good shooter.
Lob inside, and Chambers missed it. One of the fouls, didn't get it. And he lets Hank Armstrong know about it. Here's Michael Cage. No good. Rebound EJ. Suns with a 13-point lead. KJ almost lost, gets it back. Pull up for the jumper outside.
There you go. We're going to need to see a little more of that.
Only his 2nd field goal of the ball game. Timeout Sonics. 7:17 to go, third quarter. Suns with a 15-point cushion. We'll be right back. There's your score with 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Suns trying to close out the homestand on a successful note before they head to Chicago tomorrow for a game Monday. Jump hook won't fall. Tip up Cage. Look at Cage fight for the board. But it comes to West. KJ back. Nice move. Drive. Put it up. No. That would have been a heck of a drive had it gone in.
He makes a lot of those.
Back come the Sonics. Chance to get within 13 with a hoop here. Here's Sedale 3. Fake, 15-footer, got it. He has played well tonight.
Yeah, but that's 9 for him. He averages in double figures, 11 on the season.
13-point Suns advantage.
Guard for a shooter, a guard. He shoots 50% from the field.
Suns have another trip to Seattle before the year's over. Oh, what a great pass.
Unselfish play by Eddie Johnson. He could have taken the shot. Mark West is wide open.
Third field goal for Mark West. Good assist for EJ. Dale Ellis, three-pointer, no. Chambers the rebound. Chambers outlets to West, who gives to KJ. Here comes Battle, and he's fouled, throwing it up.
When Battle goes to the basket, he looks like he has a rubber body.
Fouls on McMillan, his fifth.
So that's 5 on McMillan now. He hangs. He probably thought he should have made that shot.
He doesn't stand around on the floor. That's nice. He keeps moving. Look over the open area. 9 for Battle. Here's Jim Farmer, another Alabama product. He comes in the ball game.
Battle's not a bad free throw shooter, 70%.
McMillan sat down with 5 fouls.
I think anytime you're over 70%, you're decent.
That's because you were always in the 80s, right?
Well, most of the time.
Here's Dale Ellis. This is McKee. Jumper. No. Rebound. KJ tips. Tries to save and goes into the first row of seats.
Supersonics ball.
Seattle ball to throw in.
Between Joe Farnsworth and Mike Poulos, I'm trying to serve him a little spaghetti over there. Mike probably wants to play. He's so hyper.
I remember playing in a 3-on-3 celebrity game here many years ago where Mike got hurt pretty bad.
I was on his team that night. Yeah. Achilles tendon, if I remember.
I think that's the last time I played.
It's the last time I played.
I wasn't very good that night either.
You got that right.
17 points. Suns lead. 5 on the shot clock. Jim Farmer, finger roll, air ball, rebound Cage.
That was a good pass by Farmer. He's had some big games for Seattle.
Suns still leading comfortably. KJ on a drive, left-handed up, no. KJ knocks it back out to EJ. To Chambers, here it is. Yes, boom.
What a job by Kevin Johnson to get that rebound.
41 for Chambers. Here's Ellis, 20-footer. No, boy, is he off tonight.
Oh, that's right, 2 of 13.
KJ, forecourt. KJ, bumped by McKee, so he bumps him back. 10 on the shot clock. Chambers fakes, driving the base, foul. Fouls on Derick McKee. There's Kemp coming in and Polynice coming in.
Seattle's already over the limit. The Suns have yet to get a team foul in the third quarter.
Ellis will sit down. There's the reach-in.
There isn't anybody on Seattle who's had any clue yet as to how to guard Tom Chambers.
Chambers, that's 41, as Bernie Bickerstaff can only look on.
You know, another record he may get tonight. Paul Westphal, I kind of got on him in Golden State. He didn't get 20 field goals that night. The club record is shared by Paul and myself at 20. I think we're going to lose it tonight. He has 17 field goals already. And I hope he gets it.
Well, during the next break, you better go tell Cotton to sit him down for a while. Chambers hits another one. 43 for Chambers, and Kurt Rambis will be back in. 3 from 18, yes. 11 points for Sedale, 3. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left. Third quarter. Eddie Johnson, three-pointer.
Set up very nicely by Tom Chambers. That's a 20-point lead.
Suns breaking this one open here. got the nice roll.
Well, Kenny Battle nearly got a steal there.
KJ back all the way, bounce to West. Here's the bank. In and out.
How'd that come out of there?
With 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Remember, Seattle's got to go to LA tomorrow to play the Lakers as Shawn Kemp hits the jumper. Timeout Suns, 3:20 to go third quarter. Phoenix by 16. We'll be right back. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in this third quarter, and the Suns built it up to a 16-point lead. They led by as many as 20. We're going to run you down on the scores around the NBA in the fourth quarter. A couple of surprises tonight. We'll let you know more about that as we start the fourth quarter. Right here, Kurt Rambis going to inbound. Big game tonight in San Antonio. The Pistons in San Antonio against the Spurs. Detroit just lost the game to Houston. In Houston the other night. Rambis having trouble. And he did not get it across the 10-second line.
That's not Kurt's fault.
No, it's not. Somebody's got to come back and help him.
He looked up. He couldn't find anybody to get it to.
See? Almost lost it there, but he shouldn't even be bringing it up. A guard should be back there and take control. Back to the live action. Farmer in the corner. This is Shawn Kemp. Blocked! Kemp gets it back. Chambers blocked that shot. Here's Polynice. Throws up a shot. No, but he drew the foul. Polynice with a gentle push on Eddie Johnson. They exchange smiles. EJ with his second foul. And that's the first team foul on the Suns.
Polynice, 48% free throw shooter. Polynice has a great body. He should be a good basketball player. He doesn't see a lot of time.
He played in Italy during the 86-87 season. Missed that free throw. He went to high school in New York City about 10 blocks from where I live, and went to a high school that had a very good high school basketball program in the Catholic School League in New York.
They list him at 7 feet 240. He really can move.
He's got 6 points in the ballgame. KJ, no-look dish is deflected and stolen by Polynice. 3. Weaving his way through traffic. Here's Cage. Boy, he's got an unorthodox shot, doesn't he?
Yeah, not normally a good outside shooter. Now the Sonics have climbed back, they're only down by 13.
Back on the Suns. Kemp is on Chambers now. Tom throws it up, no. Collision underneath. Nothing called, back comes 3. Goes over to Farmer. Steal, Chambers. Double team on Chambers, and what do we got, a foul? He was bumped a couple of times. Farmer gets the foul. Farmer threw it away at the other end.
It's a big steal there because it changes the momentum. The Suns were not executing, and this gives them a chance to slow that momentum down for Seattle and perhaps change it.
Grant's going to come in after this Chambers free throw. Tom Chambers, 43 tonight. You see where he set the record at Golden State this year with 56.
Greg Grant replaces number 7, KJ.
Kevin Johnson goes out. Only 6 points for KJ, and Greg Grant in. Greg came in and sparked the Suns for a while there in that first half. Chambers at 14 in the first quarter, 21 in the second quarter, and he's looking for his 10th point here in the third quarter.
Kurt Rambis played 21 minutes in that first quarter. I'm sure that rest last night helped him a great deal.
2 minutes.
Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Suns lead by 15. Their biggest lead was 20. Throw it away. Try to get it into Steve Johnson. And Farmer threw it away.
2 straight turnovers by the Sonics.
Great Grant. Grant, Chambers, Rambis, West, and EJ on the floor for Cotton. Nice pass. Great Grant to Chambers.
That was a beautiful pass. Tom Chambers likes playing with Greg Grant. He thinks he's a good player, and he certainly found Tom that time for the dunk.
Chambers is 9 away from his career high. He's got 47. Here's Kemp.
He can do that as well as anybody.
That was a power move on the reverse jam. And he's just a baby.
Yeah, 20 years old.
Yeah. 9 points in the game. Greg Grant. Give it to Chambers again. Kick it back to Greg. Here's the jumper.
That's fair play. That time, John Chambers set up Greg Grant.
Dana Barros is back for Seattle. Here's Steve Johnson. Kick it back out. Three-pointer, Barros. Good offensive ball. Stripped away.
Eddie Johnson, great steal.
Greg Grant in the fourth quarter. That's the time left in the third quarter. Grab one, Chambers to shoot it. He puts it up. Yes!
49 points.
49 for Chambers. He is 7 away from his all-time high. Foul on Chambers. And that's Tom's third. His first foul since the first quarter.
He knows how to stay out of foul trouble. Speaking of Greg Grant again, the Suns have all the players take a stress test before the season. They tell him to get off the treadmill because he didn't get tired.
Everybody in the locker room tonight talking about the NCAA tournament that's going on. Boy, there have been some great games in the NCAA.
7 of the top 8 seeded teams are already out of the tournament.
Final 12 seconds of the third quarter. Here's Dana Barros. That was a nice drive. Back come the Suns, looking Greg Grant. Throw it off, no. 1 second ago, there's the horn. In the three. The Suns, 86. Seattle, 69. Fourth and final quarter coming up. Time now to check the Coors NBA scoreboard. Brought to you by Coors, the Rocky Mountain legend. All right, let's check what's going on around the league. Boston in New York beats the Knicks. 6 straight losses for the Knicks. They're fading fast. Philadelphia in overtime beats Washington, and the Sixers playing good basketball. Milwaukee knocks off Orlando by 8. Running down scores around the rest of the league. Charlotte loses to Atlanta by 13. New Jersey loses to Cleveland. Boy, have the Nets been horrendous this year. And look at Sacramento. They go into Chicago and beat the Bulls.
I don't like that.
By 3, you're right. The Bulls will be hungry come the Suns on Monday. Golden State beats Houston, knocks them off tonight. And San Antonio beats Detroit by 7 in the Hemisphere Arena. And Portland is out in front of Denver by 7 in the third quarter. And you're up to date on what's going on around the league. So San Antonio stays in there. Boy, they're hanging tough. A lot of Coliseum records on the line with Chambers' performance tonight. He's got 49. Suns ball to open the fourth quarter. The Coliseum record for most points in a game, 51. A couple of people share that. Freeman Williams with the Clippers and Pete Maravich of the Jazz. Here it is. Short. Field goals made in the game. Record is 22. That was by Freeman Williams. Greg Grant knocked it away.
Nice hustle by Greg. The first chance to see Quintin Dailey, who's back on the active roster with Seattle.
Just put him back on the active roster this week. Boy, he looks stocky, doesn't he?
He always has that weight. Yeah, he has a weight problem.
Of course, Suns record, Chambers, his record 56. And field goals made, the guy sitting next to me, along with Paul Westphal. Offensive foul, Paul Mahalik says.
Steve Johnson.
I'll tell you something. Steve Johnson is a shadow of his former self. He just looks a little bit lost on the floor. He used to be able to come in for Portland in situations and play pretty well. But I think these days in this league may well be limited.
You're right.
Greg Grant, baseline.
Greg Grant certainly has contributed this evening. That's 7 points for him.
Pretty good floor game. Here's Shawn Kemp. Foul by has 4 personals.
Tomlin didn't get the baseline. Nearly got a technical there from Polynice.
Watch it again. Look at Kemp hug that ball. If Cocknevin takes Chambers out of the ballgame, he's going to get booed to death by these fans. They want to see a record.
Cotton's too smart for that. No, I don't think Cotton, he doesn't care about any records. If the Suns get to the point where he feels that the lead is safe, I'm sure he'll pull Chambers.
Well, right now we have 10:55 to go in the game, and the lead is 16. Grant to Chambers. Here's the shot. Got it!
Oh, Chambers. 51, and
he has tied the record.
That's tying it.
He has tied the Coliseum record for most points in a game. Suns lead by 18 points.
I'd say the way Tom Chambers has played this year, he would get, I may be a little prejudiced, he would get my vote for first team All-Pro.
Olden Polynice gets his 3rd foul. Andrew Lang is in the ballgame for Mark West. That is also Chambers' 20th field goal. So no longer does the original Sun or Paul Westphal co-hold that record. They're going to share it with Tom now. There you see, ties the scoring record.
I'm happy things like that don't bother me. I'm happy for Tom Chambers.
Double team on Greg Grant and a foul is called. Sedale 3 right in front of us. You see Bernie Bickerstaff. Nothing you can do in a game like this, shake your head. You watch a guy light it up like Chambers is tonight, and there's not a whole lot you can do. You just got to live with it.
Yeah, you really can. I remember those days when I'd have that happen to me when I thought I was a good defensive player, and a Jerry West or Rick Barry would do that.
Grant missed the shot. Suns get it back. Lang loses it. Fights for it, gets it back. Comes outside to Eddie Johnson for 3. Yes!
And this crowd's going crazy.
Time out, Seattle. This crowd is in a state of hysteria. 9:56 to go in the game, and it's a 21-point lead.
The season, the 21st of the year, 14,487 runs. Thank you all very much for attending.
9:56 to go in regulation. Suns lead by 21. You're sitting in on history tonight. Tom Chambers has tied the Coliseum scoring record of 51 points. Shawn Kemp kicking out to 3. Here's Steve Johnson. Eddie Johnson the rebound. Rambis to EJ. Pass to Chambers. It was out of bounds. Last touch by Tom. Suns will leave tomorrow morning and fly to Chicago. They'll play the Bulls Monday, then move on to Milwaukee on Tuesday. 3 misfires, and Rambis has the rebound knocked away. Polynice gets it, and he misses. And Lang wrestles the rebound loose, and he's fouled in the backcourt.
I like the fact that Andrew Lang has become more aggressive this year. I mean, he really had to fight for that rebound.
Steve Johnson's 2nd foul, and I mean, he wanted the basketball. Andrew just ripped it free.
Andrew's not weak.
Not by any stretch of the imagination. Chambers turns, shoots, no, but he'll go to the line, and he'll try and break the Coliseum scoring record. Shawn Kemp has his 4th foul, and if Chambers hits one of these 2, he will sit atop the record books as the all-time scoring leader in one game in the history of this building.
I thought he had a great year last year. This year he's been even better.
He has been. Last year, of course, he broke Charlie Scott's all-time single-season Sun scoring record. And he's come right back this year and just been spectacular.
And if you think he's not happy about being in Phoenix, you're wrong. He loves it here.
I would think you gotta love playing with a guy like Kevin Johnson, who you know is going to get you the ball every game, and he has stayed happy.
Yes, he has.
There it is, the record, 52 for Chambers. The lead is 21. Here's Quintin Dailey to Steve Johnson, throw it up, no. But a foul called, and that's 5 on Chambers.
Number 24, Tom Chambers.
Chambers turned to Cotton and said, I didn't foul.
So Steve Johnson will go to the line. And Steve Johnson will shoot a couple.
Steve Johnson not exactly a good free throw shooter either, 57%.
He came to the Sonics from the Timberwolves, where he went in the expansion draft. Steve Johnson led the NBA in field goal percentage back in '86. He's played for some teams, Kansas City, Chicago, San Antonio, Portland. Had a great college career as far as field goal percentage is concerned.
He's had a lot of injury problems over the years.
Here comes Rambis in the forecourt. To Eddie Johnson. EJ to a cutting Chambers. Blocked, but he's fouled.
See, they're really not even giving him a chance to shoot the ball now. They're just going to hack him every time he goes to the basket.
And the Suns are looking to get in the ball.
Is there 15 foul? On Chambers to the line to shoot 2.
Chambers will shoot 2.
He got so tired at the end of that Golden State game when he had 56 that he got to the point he couldn't get the ball to the basket anymore and couldn't score. Well, you can imagine a guy like Michael Jordan who scores 40, 50, 60 points, how tiring that is.
You handle the ball so much, you're shooting so much, you're getting hit so much. It really is tough. One more coming for Chambers. Kenny Battle's going to come back in. Well, you've sat in on both these ball games. The Golden State right. Chambers and this one. But if you and Joe Gilmartin had switched dates tonight, you wouldn't be sitting here.
Thank you, Joe.
Outside Dailey air ball. Chambers releases the Grant. Greg on a wing to EJ. Suns by 22. A little over 8 minutes to go in the game. Dale Ellis. Rebound, Quintin Dailey. Put it back up and in.
Quintin Dailey.
I don't know if I've seen Dale Ellis have a bigger off night. We did a game in Seattle. Maybe it was last year. It was. He was about 6 for 25 in that game. But tonight, he's been horrendous also.
Yes, he is.
Chambers!
Couldn't get it. Yeah, Dale Ellis is 2 of 14. I've never seen him have this poor a night.
Nice pass. Dailey, I thought he traveled. No call. Fakes, put it up. Won't get it. Fight for the rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Shawn Kemp. Kenny Battle's going to come in the ball game for Kurt Rambis.
Rambis, excellent job tonight. Kurt scored only 4 points but had 8 rebounds. And defensively is where he stood out.
Xavier McDaniel had 8 points in the first quarter. He's on the bench with 5 fouls and he's got only 12.
But they only have 3 players in double figures. The most was McDaniel and Kemp with 12.
There's Chambers. Put it up. Yes! 56.
That ties.
He ties his all-time scoring record. Chambers rewriting the Suns record book. Nice dish. Goaltend.
Nate McMillan.
Nate McMillan gets the bucket. So Tom Chambers now. There's Paul Westphal sitting on the bench. No longer does he have the field goal record, neither does he. There's Chambers. And he threw the foul. The foul is on Shawn Kemp. And Chambers, with 56, can break his own record. And everybody's on their feet in the Coliseum. Standing ovation. It is definitely.
Well, that means a lot to Tom Chambers.
What an effort here tonight.
I'd like to see him get 60.
Going for number 57 and the all-time single-game record.
My guess is if he gets 60, Cotton will pull him because when he was in Golden State, Cotton leaned over to us and said, if he gets 60, let me know, I'm going to pull him.
He just set the record, 57. For number 58. I'm running out of room on my scorecard.
Foul on number 10. Rick Grant, his first.
You really are, aren't you?
58 for Chambers. He had 14 at the end of the quarter, 35 at the half, 49 after 3 periods, and now with 58. And the Suns are in control of this one. Shawn Kemp, boy, he's got some athletic ability, that youngster.
No question about that.
He's got 14 points for the game. Barros will be back in.
Watch him go to Tom.
Chambers got the ball. Ellis has got him covered. The shot, no. That was with the left hand on a drive.
Now, I thought he got fouled more on that one than he did on the last one.
Kenny Battle tipped that away, and Kemp picked it up in midair and scored. Timeout, Suns. 6:15 to go in regulation, and the Suns lead by 18. The Seminoles of Florida State visit Arizona State April 1st. We'll join you live at 1 p.m. from Packard Stadium in Tempe. Sun Devils on a roll right now as they have swept the series over in Hawaii, and they'll prepare for Florida State, who will arrive a week from tomorrow. Suns with the ball. Andrew Lang scoring.
I think Seattle thought we were going to the Suns that time, or to Chambers that time, and Andrew, nice shot.
Polynice, 5:50 to go in the game, Suns by 20. This is Farmer, back to Polynice. Will he get the bounce? No. Tipped away, Chambers saves, but Grant tipped it, he blocks it now, it comes to Kemp. Shovel to Polynice. This is Farmer. Didn't look fancy then.
Let's see if he can get 60 this time.
Greg Grant, blocked by Farmer. Back come the Sonics. EJ was out of bounds. Nice play by Eddie, but he was standing out of bounds when he knocked the ball away from Dailey. Eddie was doing the jitterbug there on the out of bounds line. Steve Johnson coming back in for Polynice. Polynice goes out with 6 points. A record performance for Tom Chambers tonight. 58 points, 21 field goals, 18 of 19. Is that 18 of 8? 16 of 18. Okay. Tipped out of bounds. It'll be Seattle ball. No, Suns ball. Suns ball. 5 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Look at Cotton.
Cotton's calling out a play. LA is what he calls it.
Eddie Johnson with the ball, the Lang. The Chambers, they're double teaming now. Eddie for 3 points.
Right on line, just a little bit short.
Every time Chambers touches the ball now, they're going to get double team on him. Quickly. Foul, Eddie Johnson. 3 on EJ.
Foul on number 8, EJ. His third.
I'd still like to see Tom get 2 more, but he may have to do it from the free throw line.
Seattle ball down by 20. Dana Barros, air ball. Greg Grant weaving through traffic.
Give it to him.
There's the jumper by Grant.
It's a nice game for Greg Grant.
He's playing well tonight. 9 points for Grant. Blocked by Lang. Chambers saves it. To EJ. Seattle. 4:17 to play, and the Suns by 24. Suns by 24. 4:10 to go in the game. Tom Chambers, 21 of 31 from the field, 16 of 18 from the line. A team record, 58 points, traveling Seattle. Seattle will have lost, after tonight, their 50th game in 62 meetings with the Suns in this building. Eddie Johnson looking at Chambers, gets in the ball. Chambers forces it, gets it! He's got 60! Incredible effort, 60 points. Back to the action, lest we forget we still have the final 3.5 minutes to go.
It seems like now you should just take the air out of the ball and call it quits.
Well, Tim Legler's going to get a chance to come in. Look at Greg Grant.
Hey, Tim Legler is in the NBA 3 of 3. He's missed a shot yet.
Boy, he was tearing it up in the CBA, I'll tell you. With the Omaha Racers. Dana Barros, nice drive. He's in double figures with 11. The lead is 22 for the Suns. 3 minutes to go. Suns after tonight will be 46-21. And it's a good thing they won tonight because San Antonio beat Detroit, so they keep winning. Portland is winning in Denver. Tim Perry to Lang, who lost it to Steve Johnson. We're going to hopefully visit with Tom Chambers after the game, so stay with us.
We'll see if he will come out. He may be too tired.
Farmer, three-point bomb. All alone is Eddie Johnson.
Con Fitzsimmons in his 4th year, if he wins 2 more games, which he will have averaged 50 wins a season in those 4 years.
You're right. Those earlier years with the Suns, he had some great ball club.
Oh, the first 2 years it was 48 and 49, 55 and now 46. So
those were the infamous years when the Suns were unfortunate enough to be in that same division with Milwaukee and Chicago.
That's right. And they didn't take as many teams into the playoffs.
That's right. And the Suns had like 47, 48 wins those years.
48 and 49.
Yeah. And it was just unfortunate.
It was very frustrating for not only Cotton, but all of us.
Yeah, Cotton's days in Phoenix have been very blessed. Lang rebounds the missed free throw. Final 2:15 of this game. 23-point Suns lead. They'll win their 29th game at home in 36 games. Legler misfires. After tonight, 5 more home games for the Suns. Legler saves it, but Dailey comes down with it. Nice ditch to Johnson for the jam.
Guys are just playing this one out.
Final minute and 45. Again, the team will leave tomorrow morning for Chicago. They'll play Monday night against the Bulls, Tuesday in Milwaukee, off next Wednesday, on to Charlotte next Thursday, New Jersey next Friday, and close out the trip against Philadelphia a week from tomorrow. Tim Perry going like a whirlwind across there.
Tim Perry has 3 points tonight. He had a great game last night against Minnesota.
Tim Perry to shoot a couple of free throws. 22 points, 11 boards last night. But the sellout crowd on hand tonight saw history. Tom Chambers, he set a Coliseum record for most points and a half tonight with 35. Set a Suns singles game scoring record with 60. He set a Suns record for most field goals in a game with 22. He did it all tonight.
In a game where Kevin Johnson took 5 shots, had only 6 points, but I have to say he still contributed.
Suns final minute and 15. Greg Grant. Legler on a drive. Dish to Andrew Lang for the hook shot.
These last couple of minutes still mean a lot for these young players. Gives them a chance.
Suns with a 25-point lead. Steve Johnson scores, and he's fouled by Kenny Battle.
Number 3, Kenny Battle gets first.
So Steve Johnson to go to the line.
Steve Johnson will go to the line to shoot one.
Suns lead 114-91. A lot of the crowd is filed out, and they're still filing out of here. Steve Johnson, who led the NCAA in field goal percentage back-to-back years in 1980 and 81 when he played for Ralph Miller up at Oregon State. Final minute of play. Our next telecast, remember, April 3rd, right back here against Dallas. 4 more telecasts on ESPN Prime Ticket after this one. Tim Legler.
Legler can really shoot the basketball.
Dana Barros right back. Dish to Johnson, who lost it. Battle and Grant, 2-on-1 with Farmer back defensively. Alley-oop! Kenny Battle!
What an acrobat!
Boy, what great body control he had.
Kenny Battle, the second leading scorer for the Suns tonight with 12 points.
Farmer hits the shot, is fouled by Legler from behind. Count the bucket. The foul to Legler.
With 60 points, Tom Chambers may be moving up in the scoring average. The NBA was fourth, just behind Patrick Ewing, and Ewing had 51 tonight, so those two guys had huge nights.
Farmer hits the free throw. Suns by 23. As we wind down here, Seattle's got to move on. Bernie Bickerstaff leaving already. Coming over to congratulate Cotton. And he'll also shake the hand of Tom Chambers.
Yeah, Bernie's headed on to the locker room.
That was a nice class move. Lang bounces it off the leg of Sonic. It comes to Kenny Battle. That's a goal 10. 15 for Jack.
It's a 3-3-pointer there.
They'll throw it in. And this game will be history. Bernie Bickerstaff already in the locker room. And there's the horn. The final tonight on a record-setting night for Tom Chambers. A night when he scored 60 points. The Phoenix Suns defeat Seattle 121-95. Don't go anywhere. We hope to visit with Tom Chambers in just a moment. We'll be right back. The Childress Player of the Game brought to you by Childress Buick, the friendliest place in town. Boy, tonight we didn't have to worry about picking a Childress Player of the Game. Tom Chambers, 60 points tonight against Seattle. All kinds of records he set, and we hope to visit with him shortly if Tom is not too tired to come on out. But he had a night of nights tonight, 60 points, a night that saw Kevin Johnson score only 6 points. It was a great effort by Chambers, but if you talk to Cotton, I guess the bottom line is they won the ball game.
I think there was a little concern a week ago at the way the team was playing with all the injuries. I think Cotton's not as worried now because Rambis is playing well again, and Chambers' hamstring certainly didn't bother him tonight. One of the greatest individual efforts I've ever seen in the NBA, and it gets the Suns what Cotton calls their getaway game when they go on the road for 5 ball games on a positive note.
And it really kicks off a road trip on Monday that is so critical for the Suns. 5 games, sure you'd like to have Marley and Hornacek, but they don't have them. So you make the most with what you got, and it's going to be a tough swing. Chicago and Milwaukee, an off day, then Charlotte, New Jersey, an off day, and close out with Philadelphia. We'll see how they do. Of course, they're battling San Antonio now for that 4th and home court playoff spot, but there's still a chance to catch Portland as well.
You don't give up on that, certainly. The nice thing is that I think that the Suns are seeing other players come off the bench and have developed so well since the start of the season. Kenny Battle, my goodness, what he's contributing now. Greg Grant tonight, last night Tim Perry, Andrew Lang's development. You can go right down the line.
So the Suns get a win tonight here over the Seattle Supersonics, and what a night for Tom Chambers. We sat in on it. It was a great moment to see. 60 points. Tom Chambers, we understand, making his way out of the locker room. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, we hope to visit with the record setter, Tom Chambers. Stay with us. Tom Chambers tonight, a Suns record 60 points in a ball game. Broke Dick Van Arsdale's field goal record. Let's meet Tom and go to Van.
Thank you, George. Tom, tonight, I mean, I've been in this game 25 years, and you gave me one of the biggest thrills I've ever had, watching you score 60 points and seeing how happy your teammates are in the process. You have to be feeling so good.
That's what's so neat about it. You know, I get hot and I feel good and I want the ball, but my teammates are the ones saying that, you know, get in this spot will get you the ball, get there will get you the ball, and it's such a neat feeling to be shooting all the shots anyway and them trying to give me even more shots. It's a great feeling.
Well, now you not only broke the Coliseum record for points, but, you know, Paul Westphal and I shared the record for most field goals in the game at 20. You had 19 at Golden State when you had 56. Tonight, 22. Do you feel badly about that?
No, not at all. It's something that I was going to get. I didn't even think about that. It was fun, and it was great, and I'm sorry to have broken your record, but somebody had to do it.
No, Tom, I'm glad you did, but I'm going to let you go in a minute. But another question. Tonight, you guys came out. I thought the tone of the game was set in the first 2 minutes because you played so well defensively, and I've got to give a couple of guys some credit. And Kenny Battle and Kurt Rambis. And Eddie, everybody played so well defensively.
Did a great job defensively. The only problem we had tonight, we got the lead, and we let their trap affect us a little bit. But other than that, our defense was very solid. Everything we did tonight was solid. Just that we let the trap rattle us a little bit. And we got to do a better job of one other team to trying to keep the ball away from Kevin. Sometimes we struggle. Tonight we found a way to get around it.
Did this mean any more to you since you scored it against the team you used to play for, Seattle? I mean, those guys seem to be happy for you too. I know they're unhappy that you're not there anymore.
They are. It's a good group of guys. They all congratulated me. Bernie even came down and did it. It was nice to do it because the Seattle friends and family I have up there got to be out there. We're able to see it also.
Kevin got some rest tonight. I mean, he had 4 or 5 shots, but you didn't give him a chance.
No, we didn't. Greg came in and did a great job for him, though. He really did. Greg Grant was a big key tonight in the second half for us.
You know, the night before the game, Jeff was out shooting, and he looks pretty good. He had surgery a week ago. He said he's going to be ready to play about April 9th. So it looks to me like you guys are going to have it ready for the playoffs.
We hope so. That'll be a big boost for us. If we could just somehow maintain this, stay even with San Antonio, or stay a little bit ahead of them and get that surge, you know, Sean Yarm when Horny and them come back, it'll be great.
Tom, again, congratulations, 60 points. I know you have to go see Al McCoy, but just a great basketball game. George, back to you.
All right, our thanks to Tom for stopping by and visiting. Tom's now got to go over on the radio side and do the post game with Al McCoy. Take a look as we roll out with these records here. First half Coliseum points, you see that broke KJ's record that he set last year. Suns field goals that broke Dick Van Arsdale and Paul Westfall's record. There you see the Coliseum field goal ties the record of 22 that Freeman Williams set with the Clippers, and the career points. He's all in the record books by himself. 60 points tonight for Tom Chambers. Suns win this one 121-95. Tom Chambers sets a Coliseum scoring record with 60 points. Dallas Mavericks, the next opponent for the Suns on ESPN Prime Ticket. We'll see you on April 3rd back here at the Coliseum for that one. For Dick Van Arsdale and our entire ESPN crew, I'm George Allen. Thanks for watching. So long, everybody.